Om Sadashivasamaramabham Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam Sahana Bhavatu Sahana Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahe Tejasvinavadhitamastu Ma Vidvishavahe Om Shanti 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 Nipunaha Aniyan Visornayaha Yas sarvam avritya tishtati Varshiyanscha Prithivya dhruvaha Sarvam arabhya tishtati Sa indriyair jagatosya Jnanad anyaha Ananyasya gneyat Parameshti vibhajaha Tasmat kayah prabhavanti Sarve samulam Shashvatikaha Sanityaha. So Acharya is continuing with the Atma Swarupam only. What is the nature of this Atma? Means Nipunaha. Again, Nipunaha means Sarvavit. Like that only Bhashyakara is giving the meaning. Sarvajnaha, Sarvavit. Sometimes we differentiate between the Sarvajnaha and Sarvavit also. Because both these terms are, if it is particularly used at the same time, let us say, we have to differentiate the meaning, correct? So the differentiation is that Sarvajnaha means you know the Satyam, which is all. That way you know the essence of everything, correct? That the reality of everything. For example, I say, I go into a jewelry shop and then say whatever is, and that is a gold jewelry shop, means I say all that is here is gold. So I recognize everything as gold, means Aham Sarvajnaha, because I have the general knowledge that all that is here really is only gold. Everything else is only name and form, it doesn't really count. But Sarvavit means even in the Vishnu Purana also, the one who knows the detail of each and every being's life and different lives and all that, correct? What is going to happen to them, or what has happened before, what is happening, what will happen, everything for all beings, the one who knows in detail, that is Ishvara or Sarvavit. Okay? Even Bhagavan also says in the Gita, correct? Bahuni me vyatitani janmani tavacharjuna tanyaham veda sarvani natvam vedha parantapa, he says. What he says, lot of janmas have gone for you and me also, he says. But I know about all your purva janmas also. So tani aham vedani natvam vedha, but you do not know all that. So like that, the Sarva Vetritvam means all knowing in detail, okay, not in general. So like that also we can differentiate. So here the Nipunaha means Bhashyakara says Sarvavit, one who knows all. In detail also we have to take. Basically you are being equated with Ishvara here. And Aniyan means something which is Anutaraha, means something which is smaller. Smaller than what? It says Visornayaha. So Visorna means this lotus stalk is called Visorna. Visa means lotus actually. Another name for lotus. So Visatantu is what Bhashyakara says. Visornayaha means, see this lotus stalk, if you remove, it will have a small yarn will come out, correct? That is what it is, Visornaya. So this Atma is even smaller than that, it seems. That means it is really, it doesn't have any parimana. That is the idea again. Anoraniyan. It is like saying Anoraniyan only. Here that Visornayaha means the Visatantu itself is taken as something very, very fine or small. It is finer than the finest thing which you can imagine. Again, this Atma, it is said, yes, sarvam avritya tishtati in the sutra. So what is this which is a sarvavit and which is smaller than even the Visatantu means? This Prakrita Atma, whatever is under discussion, and that is what, even though it is said that it is very small, see again contradiction is used here, correct? Anoraniyan Mahato Mahiyan. So the Mahato Mahiyan part is coming as Sarvam, yes, Sarvam Avritya Tishtati, means that which pervades everything, means it is Mahato Mahiyan, it is bigger than the biggest also. So together, again, this is only pointing out that Atma or Brahman transcends any measurement. It cannot be measured, it cannot be counted also. That is why even one also we cannot say with reference to Atma. If you say one means two will come. That's why even whenever it is said Ekam Eva also, Advitiyam is added always. It is one but without a second. Means it is not, it cannot be even counted. It is not subjected to any counting or number system, and all that also does not apply to Atma. So like that, it pervades everything. Samastam jagat avritya samvyapya tishtati, like that Bhashyakara says, means that which is spread all over, pervading everything, and it is there like that. And also what, because of that, what further, Varshiyan is the word used in the sutra. Varshiyan means Vriddha Taraha. Vriddha word only, from there only Varishta also is there. Varshiyan, Varishtan and all that is there, correct? Varishta.
Brahma Varishta.
Like that. So, this again means something which is bigger. Varshiyan means bigger. And what? Stula Taraha, Vriddha Taraha, Stula Taraha, he says. Bigger than what? Prithivya, it is bigger than even the whatever the world. Prithvi here represents the world. It is bigger than whatever you can think of, or it is grosser than all that is whatever you are perceiving, it is bigger than that. And it is further what? So Varshiyan Prithivyaha, because it is, Bhashyakara says, it is Sarvatmakaha, because it is the self of all. Being the self of all, it is bigger than even, or it is grosser than even the Prithvi, means even all the physical bodies are also this Atma alone. That's how we have to understand. Dhruvaha means Nityaha, that which is always there. Okay. And further it is said that Dhruvaha Sarvam Arabhya Tishtati. Arabhya means Alambhanam. It is the Alambhana of everything. Means everything is supported by which? That is that Samstambhanam, Bhashyakara says. Arabhya means everything, it is the one which is holding on to everything, so that it supports everything. As like I said already, there is a certain niyati, correct? The entire srishti is held together by which, that is what is here called as the Sarvam Arabhya Tishtati. Means Tishtati means Vartate, it is there like that. And in fact, Bhashyakara quotes here Rik also, Yena Dyauhu Ugra Prithivi cha Dridha iti Mantralinga. So there is a Rik which says that by which alone even the Swargaloka also is there as it is, and even the Prithivi also is held in its place. All this Swarga and Prithivi, this Bhuloka and even the heavens and this earth, they are all held together by which? That is this only. And it is Sarveshwaraha, correct? So it is this Atma is also Ishvara of everybody, Sarvajnaha, and it is one, Ekaha, Vijnayaha. All these meanings we get from this, because it is everything. And being like this, what? This Paramatma, it cannot be known as an object of your indriyas. That even again, whatever we saw in the Kenopanishad is coming here. See, sa indriyahi jagataha asya jnana anyaha. Correct? So, whatever the worldly knowledge we have, all that is indriya janya jnanam only. Whether it is pratyaksha or anumana, for all of that, indriya jnanam only is the basis. And that means everything, whatever you know as an object alone is there in this world, but this Atma and Paramatma are not part of whatever you know in this objective world. It is anyaha. Jnanat anyaha means it is different from objective knowledge. Whatever you know through this objective knowledge, it is different from all that. So, Tasma jnanat anyaha vilakshanaha, it is different from that. In fact, he says, laukika jnanat anyaha iti. Means it is different from whatever normally you know in the loka, that is what I call objective world, correct? Whatever we know in this objective world, it is different from that. So, jnanatmakaha. Then what does it means? Bhashyakara immediately. Jnanatmakaha. It is of the nature of consciousness. Means it is the very nature of the subject. It is of the nature of the subject. Jnanatmakaha iti etat siddham. From this we understand that because by negating all that is known and unknown, the entire objective world is negated. Means it is other than that. Means only the knower alone is left. And it is the swarupa of the knower. And again he is quoting also, Satyam jnanam anantam iti cha shrutehe. Because it is anantam jnanam. It cannot be even the knower, nor the known, nor the means of knowledge, but it is all of them. That is what is the understanding. So, jnanam and anantam coming together brings out all this, implies this meaning. And already it is said that it is other than the indriya janya jnana, correct? Jagataha. Therefore, what is tad vyatiriktam jagaditi praptam means this world itself is separate, like that it comes. Correct? If we say this Atma is other than the whatever is known as an object, then what about the objective world? Is it then different from this Atma? Then is there Dvaita? That question comes, correct, immediately. So now that has to be addressed. So Bhashyakara says, Ataha tan ma bhut iti aha. So it should not be like that. Because the same consciousness alone is also appearing as all the objects, I said, correct? Because it is anantam. Vastu paricheda also is not there for this Brahman which is Atma. Therefore, it is also said ananyasya. Correct? It is different from this Jagataha indriyahi, whatever through jnanat, but still it is ananyasya is also said. It is not different from the world. It is still the Karana, Jagat Karanam Brahma it is still. So it is the material cause also, because it is Upadana Karana, wherever the Jagat is also the same Brahman alone is there. Brahma Chaitanyam alone is there. So that also we have to understand. So Nyayat, Nyatavyat, Paramartha Swarupat, okay. Swarupa Advayat Parameshwarat Ghatadehe eva mridaha ananyaha. So it is not separate. So Bhashyakara says, even whatever is known also is not really separate from this Atma. First we have to differentiate anyway. Because we think we are a subject in this objective world and we are also subjected to space-time and all that. First the Pratyegatma Swarupa has to be shown, like even it was shown in the Kenopanishad, Shrotrasya Shrotram and all that, but then it has to be also said that this same Atma which is Shrotrasya Shrotram is Brahma, Tadeva Brahmatvam Vidhi. And by Brahman it is Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma, means that Brahman is Jagat Karanam Brahma. It is the cause of this entire world. Cause means here it is not just Nimitta Karana, correct? It is also Upadana Karanam. That means wherever the pot is, the clay is there, correct? Similarly, even wherever the worldly, whatever you know, all the objects also are nothing but they also resolve into only Brahman. Brahman alone is there. Gatadehe iva mridaha, he says. So this Parameshwara or Jagat Karanam Brahma is not separate from the world also. And therefore what? That's why he is Parameshti, Parame Prakrishte, Swe Mahimni, Hridya Akashe Avasthatum, Sheelam, Asya iti. Means Parameshti means what? Parame Sthitam, means Avasthana is there. It is the ultimate, whatever reality or state you can say, correct? Or that which is there in its own glory. Swe Mahimne Tishtati iti Parameshti. Means it is there in its own glory, it seems. Means it's not really bothered by anything. It is shining in its own glory, like that it is said. That is Parameshti. Parameshti. Okay. And Swayameva Vibhajaha. After Parameshti, what is the word in the sutra? Vibhajaha means it alone has become all these things, correct? Already Vaibhaja we saw even in the previous sutra. But again it is said, what is said? This Atma alone, all the beings, starting from Brahma onwards, whether it is Deva Sharira, Pitru Sharira, Manushya Sharira, all of them, okay? Or we can take it as Vibhajaha means what? Either it has become all these beings, or Bhashyakara also says Jnatra Jnaya Jnana Bhedena, or it is the only one which is appearing as all the three, correct? We say, that's what I have been always saying, it is one reality which supports the known, the knower and the means of knowledge. That Bhashyakara here very clearly says Jnatra Jnaya Jnana. Jnana Bhedena means it is the same one Atma alone is appearing as both the known, not both, in fact three things here, correct? It is the one Atma alone is appearing as the known, it is also the knower, and it is also the means of knowledge or whatever the manovritti which happens, that is called Jnanam here. So the Triputi, otherwise we call it as Triputi, correct? This threefold division is nothing but this Atma alone is appearing in this threefold manner. So there is nothing other than this Atma. Therefore, it is Atma Swataha Vibhajati, he said. It is the one which appears, or it is appearing as these three things by itself. And also, but this Jagat is there. Many objects, etc. Correct? So, where did all these things come from? Means from this Atma alone. Yatova imani bhuta nijayante is there in the Taittiriya Upanishad also. But here the same thing is given in the sutra as what? Tasmat kayaha prabhavanti sarve samulam. So it is the cause for everything. All the bodies, all the beings have come from this Atma alone. In fact, this particular portion is quoted in the Brahmasutra also. Bhashyakara quotes the Apastamba Dharmasutra in the Brahmasutra Bhashya. This part comes there. Tasmat kaya prabhavanti sarve samulam. So this is the moolam. This is the moola for everything. Correct? All that is there here, it is the cause of everything. So kayaha means sharirani. Okay? And again sharirani means it should be understood that sharira itself has come from where? Again we have to go back to the Shishtik Krama, correct? Starting from the Mahabhutas Akashadi. Because Atmanaha Akashas Sambhutaha Akashad Vayuru Vayor Agni Agner Apaha Adhyap Prithvi. So like this, space, then air, then fire, water and earth, then Prithivya Oshadayaha. From the Prithvi, all the plants are all there. Oshadibhyaha annam. Food is only from plants. Veda itself is very clear, correct? Oshadibhyaha annam. Why does it say like that? Because reality is that, correct? Food is only produced by plants. Because plants only can do photosynthesis. Animals cannot do photosynthesis. Animals can eat the plant. Some animals eat the plants. Other animals eat other animals. Like that only then it goes, correct? I only eat vegetarian, means you are non-vegetarian. Because this fellow is eating other vegetarians. Anyway, so but only plants produce food. Veda also says Oshadibhyaha annam. Anna, Purushaha. So like that we can. So Tasmat Kaya means even all other things also we have to understand in that. From this Atma alone, in this Krama, all the beings are there, have come. They have all come, they have all created from there, starting from Brahma, Brahmadi Lakshana. Therefore what? It is the cause of this entire Jagat, Jagataha Moolam. And Bhashyakara himself quotes the Taittiriya Shruti here. Yato va imani bhutani jayante is quoted here. And it is the basis for the Janmadhyasya Yataha Sutra also. The Brahma Sutra, the Brahma Lakshanam is the Tatastha Lakshanam only is given. This as the Jagat Karanam. And that Lakshana, Tatastha Lakshanam means by some, we see two types of characteristics we can give to reveal something. Okay, one is called Swarupa Lakshanam. Swarupa Lakshanam means the very nature of something. Okay, based on that you reveal. So for Brahman, the Swarupa Lakshanam is supposed to be Satyam Jnanam Anantam, Vijnanam Anandam. All these things are all Swarupa Lakshana of Brahman because it is what Brahman is. But when we say Brahman is Jagat Karanam, that is called Tatastha Lakshanam because Karanatvam itself is not really there in Brahman. Understand that? Because the Karya becomes Mithya, means Karanatvam also is Mithya only. But still, why the Tatastha Lakshanam is given as the main Lakshana even in the Brahma Sutra? Because only by giving that Tatastha Lakshanam we can account for the creation which you are perceiving, correct? Otherwise, how are you going to account for it? By just giving Swarupa Lakshana, it doesn't become very clear. Then Brahman will become something separate, world will become something separate. That also we cannot afford. In our understanding, we have to account for everything. That's why, so Tatastha Lakshanam can be also something like, one of the examples which is given is what? I want to know whose house, or I am going to somebody's home, but I don't know which one it is, correct? So somebody says, whichever house the crow is sitting, is that house. The crow is not really an attribute or part of that house, but at that time, crow sitting is good enough for us to identify, for me to reveal something to you, correct? So the Jagat Karanatvam also is like that only because if Jagat itself is not real, then the Jagat Karanatvam also is not real. But still that is good enough to reveal what Brahman is. So that is the Tatastha Lakshanam here. So Shruti also Bhashyakara quotes. And therefore only it is Shashvatikaha, it is said. So Shashvatikaha means something which is permanent, which is always there again, Shashvatam. And Bhashyakara gives a note here why it is Shashvatikaha, because it doesn't undergo any vikriya or change. Because all other things, the karyas, they all undergo change, correct? Starting from Prithvi onwards, they can change and they can also resolve into their karana. Any karya resolves into its own karana when it destroyed. Because in our understanding as Advaitins, I have told you, I think, there is no real sriti, correct? Everything is potentially there already in the karana. All the karyas are already potentially there in the karana. That is our understanding of karana and karya. So what is called as srishti is nothing but manifestation of whatever is already there potentially. Similarly, whatever is called as destruction is nothing but resolution, or again from manifest form it goes back into unmanifest or potential form. That is called destruction or whatever, correct? Nasha, vinashyati and all that we say. So basically that which is the karya can resolve back into the karana. That is also called layam, pralayam and all that. This entire world, if we take as a karya, it will go back into its karana, which is Brahman, but Brahman itself doesn't have any karana. That is why it is Shashvatikaha, it doesn't resolve anywhere, it is as always as it is. So he says, Ayam cha atma param moolam, he says. So all other things which resolves back into the karana are all anitya, they are all transient. But this Atma, which is Brahman, is the Moolam, it is the cause of everything, so it doesn't go anywhere. Or it doesn't change in any manner. And there is no other cause other than this. For this Atma itself, it is the uncaused cause, we have to say. And so, whatever is born alone can die. Means it attains back into its causal state, we have to say. But this Brahman doesn't have any other causal state or anything, or it doesn't have any cause of itself. Therefore, it is Shashvatikaha. Means Eka Rupaha means it never changes. It is Shashvat Eka Rupaha. Bhashyakara says it has only one form or one essence. It never changes. In fact, that is the definition of Satyam itself, correct? Yad Rupena Yen Nishchitam Bhavati. In whichever way you know something, and if it remains as it is always, without any change, that alone can be Satyam. That is our definition of Satyam. Anything other than that is all Anritam. Like that Bhashyakara has defined in the Taittiriya Bhashya also. So Ataha Nitya. That's why it is also permanent. Because it has Ekatva Mahatva Moolatvebhyaha. Because it is one, in fact one only without a second, we have to add, and it is the greatest, because even space itself is only a karya. This is even the cause of space. That's why it is Mahat also, and it is also the cause of everything, Moola. Based on all these things, it is always there, it is Nitya. So now in this manner what this Atma has been known, okay, but still Pratibandha can be there, correct? There can be some habitual tendencies and all that which are all hindering. Means it is stopping you from, even though you have Jnanam, the Jnana Phalam doesn't manifest, it is not there. So he says, Yatoktam Atmanam Viditavataha. Even the one who has known this Atma clearly in this manner, but the Adhyatmika Yoga Nyaya Samhita Apradibandhena Bhavishyanti means what? By gaining this, still you have Yoga Sadhana is there. Correct? He initially talked about that only, Adhyatmikan, Yogan, Naischarikan, Nyaya Samhitan, like that was said in the first sutra itself. So having revealed the Atma Swarupa till now, in fact, the Apastamba Dharmasutra, the main thing what the Acharya wants to reveal is these only. What are the sadhanas which will help you to understand this Atma. But first he has now given the Atma Swarupa by quoting all these words again are coming from different Upanishads, correct? So that he has done, but now what? To have this Jnanam without any Pratibandha, this yoga part is going to be now talked about. Okay? And all the yogas, the yoga means what? Akrodadeha, it was said, correct? All the attitudes and values which help you in gaining this Atma Jnanam. And that means the Pratibandhas themselves are some kind of doshas or defects. And those doshas are there, why? Because of wrong knowledge. Vidya Pratyaya Purvakahi Doshaha. So why do you have all these problems? Means because you do not know the truth properly. Not only that, first there is an avaranam, and then you also know the wrong thing. The erroneous perception also is there. One is not knowing. The other is erroneously perceiving something else. Viparita Pratyaya also is there. Both are there. That is the Mithya Pratyaya he is talking. And therefore what? And once this Viparita Pratyaya, Mithya Jnana is there, means what? Then you think that you are subjected to Papa and Punya, Aham Karta, Aham Bhokta, everything comes into the picture. And because of this Ajnana Dosha only, Samsara is born. And therefore what? This dosham has to be removed completely also. Atyantam, you have to remove this dosha. Dosha nivritti has to be there completely. And therefore what? He is now starting the next sutra. Like this, Bhashyakara is giving the introduction to the next sutra. So with the previous sutra only, the Atma, whatever is the Atma Swarupa has been revealed. Atma has been shown as the cause of everything, that which is supports all the three, correct? Knower, known, and all that. It cannot be known as an object, that also was clearly said, because it is different from all that is known in this world, all the objective knowledge. So the whatever we saw in the Upanishad only, Sutrakara also has given it briefly, beautifully. Now he is going what? Doshanam tu Nirghataha Yoga Mula Iha Jivite Nirhritya Bhutadaha Kshemam Gachanti Panditaha. So Panditaha. So here again the Sutrakara is now going back to the Atma Jnana Pratibandhakas, okay, which are all doshas, correct? Doshanam means here what Bhashyakara says, Krodhadinam. So Krodha etc. means Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha and all that. In fact, later on he himself will list so many things. In the next few sutras we'll see that. So all that by their nasha or destruction only. All these doshas have to be destroyed, removed completely. And then what? Yoga Mula Iha Jivite is there. So Doshanam Nirghataha. So when does the destruction of all these defects like Krodha etc. happen? When this yoga is there. Akrodadeha Tan Mulaha Tan Nimittaha. So only when you have the opposite of all these doshas, which is Krodha means Akrodha. Like that he is going to list all the other attitudes and values also which you should have to overcome all these doshas. So the destruction of these doshas is because of this yoga only. And then what? So only when you have this, all these doshas will lose their bala, correct? They will become weakened and they cannot oppose anymore you being established in this knowledge. So durbalatvat nirhanyante. And iha jivite iti what? Dosha prabhava karma nimittat jivitasya dehas charana avasanaha dosha vyaparaha ityetad darshayati. So even while living here, correct? What? Of course the deha dharana and all is there. You are still living in a body, but what? When the defects are there, you think that you are only the body, mind, sense complex. And then because of that, whatever vyapara you are doing in the world, it is all tainted by raga dveshadi doshas. But once you have all these other qualities which are opposed to all this, then what happens? So while living only what? Those who are, for that you have to become a mumukshu, Bhashyakara says. So you become a mumukshu and then you gain all this akrodadi yoga, being a mumukshu, and you do lot of prayatna also, he says. Prayatna atishayam kuryuhu. Those who do put in lot of effort means sadhana. This is the sadhana part. So you, with you to the sadhana bhala what? Yoga doshayoho itara virodhitve. Yoga means all the qualities which you are supposed to have. Dosha are all the defects which you already have. You don't have to make any effort, but it is there already. But they are all opposed to each other. Therefore what? Yogebhyaha doshanam eva nirghataha. Due to the yoga only. In fact, sthiti gativat also, he said they are opposed to each other, like sthiti means being in one place, gati means moving around. So they are opposed to each other like being in one place and moving around like that. And all this doshas are destroyed by this yoga. So after that, again you do not get all this mithya jnanam and all that, correct? Viparyaya is not there. And then what happens? And how does this happen? Because Bhashyakara now tries to explain this samyak darshana sachivatva balavantaha yogaha. Why this yoga are more powerful than this doshas? Then only it can overpower it and destroy it, correct? For that is because the yogas are aligned with the samyak darshanam, it seems. Because the doshas are all aligned with the mithya pratyaya, correct? Are they false or seeing erroneous perception? all the doshas are due to erroneous perception, but the qualities which you are supposed to cultivate, they are all in tune with the Samyak Darshanam. And Samyak Darshanam means seeing the reality as it is, or proper knowledge. So there is erroneous knowledge and doshas are born due to that, all the defects. And there is proper knowledge or right knowledge which destroys the wrong knowledge, and along with that all the doshas. So whatever helps you to gain this right knowledge, they are all opposed to these doshas and they are balavat. So mithya pratyaya sachivatvat durbalatvat nirhanyate. So the whatever is due to mithya pratyaya or erroneous perception, they are weak compared to this akrodhadi yoga which leads to samyak darshanam. Therefore they are all destroyed. Nihanti etad api. Okay. Nihanti iti etad api yuktam. It should be etad api yuktam. Okay. It has been said. It destroys like that. Now, so even in the loka it is seen, Bhashyakara is saying, okay, buddhi balavat bhyaha tadhinanam loke nirghataha. In fact, whoever is smarter, he says, not just physical strength, who really wins even in the loka, he says buddhi bala. Those who are smart, see, even man has better intellect, correct? So man can even destroy an elephant. Elephant is physically strong, but man has better knowledge and all that, and ability to use, because of that ability to use different instruments and all that. So whoever is smarter, that person wins. So like that here, this yoga is smarter than all the other doshas which are already there. Like that we have to take. Therefore, this is there. Then, and he is also quoting, even in some other places, Acharya has given 1123, 1125 and all. Akrodhanaha, krodhadinscha, like that it is said. Means with this akrodhadi etc. we overcome the krodhadi doshas. This has been said. So nirhritya bhutadahan means bhuta, in the sutra now it is there. Nirhritya bhutadahan is there next in the sutra. Correct? Means nirhritya means apahritya means having removed or having given up all these things. The bhuta dahan means what? That which basically what? Daha means basically some kind of a heat, correct? So that which is firing you or burning you, correct? Burn. Daha means burn. So whatever is burning all the beings. So bhutani dahyante iva agnina, is this as though you are being burnt, because all these doshas are really burning you only. So you are, that is why it is called tapa and all that. Tapa literally means heating or burning only. And here emotionally also the same thing, tapa, paritapyante. So therefore what? All the bhutadaha doshaha uchyante. By the bhutadaha doshas only are said. Tan nirhritya, overcoming all that. Kshemam, nirbhayam, moksham gacchati. So kshemam gacchati panditaha. Here who gains this kshemam or moksham? Only the panditaha, means panda again here is atma jnanam only. And he is again quoting the shrutis to again see, he references anandam brahmano vidvan abhibheti kutascha neti, that is Taittiriya. Abhayam vai janaka praptosi, this is again Brihadaranyaka Upanishad, 4th chapter. Na bhavati vidusham tato bhayam ityadi shruti smritibhyaha. So like this, the one who has known this Atma, for him there is no fear, there is no bhayam. Okay? Na dosha prashamana matrena abbrahma vidaha kshema praptihi ityaha panditaha iti. Again, Bhashyakara is very, very careful. He puts in a note here saying, what if somebody gains only these qualities? Correct? Akrodhadeyaha. will all these doshas will go? Means no. You have to still be a pandita. The yoga is only for making you qualified for this knowledge. Yoga in itself is not an end. Is that clear?
Yes.
That is where he carefully puts in a note, and even the Sutrakara also has added the Pandita word only for that he is saying. Otherwise he could have said yoga itself will give you moksha. No. Yoga is still only a sadhana. It only prepares you. Yoga is only jnana sadhana. Jnanam alone can give you moksha. That is said by the word Pandita, he says. So, Panditaha iti. Why? Because Kshema Praptihi is only due to Jnanam. Just because these doshas may go, but it may come back again if there is no Jnana. Correct? Because the dosha Mula is Ajnana. As long as Ajnanam is there, even though temporarily you don't have, or in this lifetime you have overcome all this, but then another life will come. Because of Ajnana means it will not go away. So, Brahma Vidhi hi atra Pandita Shabdaha Prayuktaha, not na Shastra Vidhi. Again, this Pandita is used with reference to one who is a Brahmavid. Otherwise, Pandit and all is only a title, correct? Even Nehru got the title Pandit. I don't know why, but he is supposed to be some Pandit from Kashmir. So, is he a Pandita? Means no. Shastra. Or in general, let us say you have studied the Veda, you can be a Pandit. Okay, but that not that Pandit. Here it is, Brahmavid alone is the Pandita, because Panda itself is Atma Jnanam, it is said. Same way it is used in Gita also, correct? So, Ashocyan Anvashochastvam itself has the word Nanushocanti Panditaha there. Same thing. In fact, he quotes another Shruti, Tasmat Brahmanaha Pandityam Nirvidya. This is again Brihadaranyaka. Okay, iti Shrutehe Iha Atma Vidya Adhikara. Because here we are talking about Atma Vidya. Here Panditaha is not general Vaidika, those one who knows the Veda, but one who knows or one who has known this Atma. So, now, even for a Pandita, okay, the Puru, there is one more question is there again. See, even for those who know this Atma, Panditaha api apekshate dosha nirharanam, means you just have the knowledge, but then these doshas are still there, means what? That is what we call pratibandhaka jnana, correct? Because like I said, nobody comes here with all the prerequisites also ready. Very, very few are there like that. So that means Bhashyakara also accepts that. He says that we all come here with some level of maturity and all that. So even after this jnanam, the doshas have to go away. That means still that sadhanas are still there. That some amount of effort one has to put to gain this sadhanas, so that the jnanam will give you kshema prapti, the moksha phala you can enjoy here and now. That is the idea. Therefore what? So, but then the question is, the Purvapakshi is asking, if Brahma Vidya alone is the Kshema Prapti Karanam, correct? Then why should you should only get the Brahma Vidya? Why are you talking about destroying all these doshas? Let the doshas be there. Because you are saying Brahma Vidya alone is the Kshema Prapti Nimittam. Bhashyakara says, no, that's not a dosha. We have already talked about this, correct? Uttaha hi atra parihara. What is that? So, these yogas themselves are only, they are giving you, or they are based on this Samyak Darshana, it was said. So, they help you in gaining this jnanam only. So, Samyak jnana bala avashtambhat Balinaha yogaha durbalan doshan vidya pratyaya bhavan nihantum alamiti. So, this yogaha along with this Brahmajnanam is good enough to get rid of all the doshas, because the yoga also, like I said, it is a like it is like a beneficial cycle, correct? Because once you come to this Brahma Vidya, the Brahma Vidya itself helps you to again gain all these qualities of whatever the yoga we talk about. And yoga in turn again helps you to assimilate the Brahma Vidya better. And whatever Brahma Vidya you have assimilated, that again helps you to gain these qualities, or these qualities become stronger, correct? As the Brahma Vidya is assimilated, and as these become stronger, again you assimilate the Brahma Vidya even better. Correct? That is the beneficial cycle we are talking about. So that way, all these doshas, anyway, they are based on only mithya pratyaya or erroneous knowledge. They will all be destroyed, he says. Okay? That is good enough. Nihantum alam. Therefore, what? Brahma Vidya only finally gives you kshema prapti. Brahma Vidya, vidyaya eva, jnana deva kaivalyam. That Bhashyakara is very clear. Okay? Otherwise, what? Otherwise, he says, this even though the doshas are gone, the karma and all will still continue, because you are still an ajnani. Just dosha going away is not enough. That due to ajnana you are still taking yourself as karta, means all karma will be there, then another janma will be there, then it will all go. The doshas will come back. So Brahma Vidya is the main reason why you get moksha. But for Brahma Vidyaya, yoga, etc., the doshas have to be removed, etc., are all part of that process only. So like that he explains. So he says what? Vidyaya chet dosha nirharana karma kshayau avashyam bhavataha tata idam ayatna karyatvat dosha dirharasya nitya anuvada rupam anarthakam. Okay. So here, okay, some more arguments are there. I don't want to go into the details of this. But what it is being said is, basically the karma kshaya also has to happen. One is, whatever doshas you currently have, we have to take care of it, and we are gaining this jnanam with that. But what about all the karma? Even, let us say you are a jnani, you are still doing karma. Then what will be the result of that? Whether that will make you take another body or not. And what about all the karma which is already accumulated also? So how all these things are, you are saying for a jnani it will not produce another body. That question also is being asked here. So what Bhashyakara says is, for a jnani, even though jnani is doing karma, it is not driven by any raga or dvesha or even any ichha for phala. Okay? So that way, whatever karma also which is there, they are also, all of them will be, they are all exhausted only. They will not give you any new. It is like the same thing he uses, this analogy he uses in many places. It is what mukta ishuvat. He says that. Okay. So it is what? It is like an arrow which has already left the bow. But some momentum is there, correct? Whatever momentum, that is the prarabdha karma. Prarabdha karma, you can only exhaust it by experiencing it. But other karma and all are like, they are like the burnt seed, it is said. A seed which is burnt, it may look like the seed is there, but it is not going to germinate. So he is even quoting all these things, what? Jnanagni sarva karmani vasmasat kurute tata and all that. In the Gita also, Jnana Agni basically burns everything. So once this karma is burnt, it doesn't have the capability to create or whatever, or give you another birth and all that. Okay, another body. Therefore, this Brahmavid, one who has known this Brahmavid cannot have another birth, and all these karmas are taken care. But again, why even this dosha nibarhanam is still talked about? Bhashyakara gives another angle also. He says it is that because for some people this this Brahma Jnanam is very clear that they straight away they enjoy the Jnana Phalam. Means they already come to this teaching with a certain all prerequisite fulfilled. So again, what he is saying is there is a taratamya in the students who come to this knowledge, correct? Different students come with different level of maturity and preparation. So there is, even after gaining knowledge also, the same thing continues, he says, because somebody's knowledge is very clear and balavat, for others it is not like that. So he is even quoting a Shruti saying what? Yesha Brahmavidam Varishta, like that, iti Varishtaha. So some people are, even amongst Brahmavid, some people are Varishtaha, means they are the best or they are the greatest. Some others are not like that. Manda Madhyama Brahmavid Apekshaya Tyaga Vairagya Indriya Jaya Videhe Arthavatvam. So why should there be any, all this Tyaga, Vairagya, etc. have to be talked about in the context of a Brahmavid? Because for others, the Prarabdha still is quite strong. And Prarabdha Vasha, to get out of that, all these things are important. This point Bhashyakara makes in the 147 Bhashya of the Brihadaranyaka also. But for them what, even Gita also he quotes here, so Rasavarjam Rasopyasya Param Drishtva Nivartate, like that Bhagavan also says. So even after having this knowledge and all, again some amount of Rasavarjam means what, some taste or something is left behind, that's the samskara. But that also will go away. Once you see this Param Drishtva Nivartate means it's a process, it will happen. So all this karma and all the doshas, they are all gone. Even the Upanishad also is quoting Kshiyante cha asya karmani jnanagni sarva karmani. All this Shruti Smriti. Therefore what? Siddha Panditasya dosha nirharanat kshema praptihi. That means you have to be a Pandita also. All your doshas also have to be destroyed. Then you gain this Jivan Mukti, Kshema Prapti is there. Okay, where are we now? Okay, we'll take a few more minutes and finish this today itself. Okay, it's all very little, some simple thing. Now, okay, up to this is over. Now what? He is now going to enumerate all the doshas and also all the yoga part. Okay. Atha Bhutadahiyan Doshan Udaharishyamaha. So like he said, I will tell you about the Atma. Now he is saying, I am going to now tell you about all these doshas. And what are they? Krodha, Harsha, Rosha, Lobha, Moha, Dambha, Droha, Mrisha, okay. Mrishodyam, Atyasha, Parivadau, okay, Atyasha Parivadau, Asuya, Kamamanyu, Anatmyam, Ayogaha, Desham, Yoga Mulaha Nirghataha. So now all this ayoga means that which is not yoga, which are all doshas, and they can be destroyed with the yoga. And what are these? He is starting with Krodha. Bhashyakara in fact gives very lot of description about Krodha and all that. He says Krodha means what? Tadana Akroshanadi Hetu means basically if you are angry, you go to beat somebody or you are shouting at somebody, he says. Okay? And it is a Antakarana Vikshobha, he says. It is basically your mind is in emotional turbulence, you can say. And how do we know that? Again, Gatra Sweda Kampanadi Linga means your body itself is sweating and you are shaking and all that, it seems. That is Krodha. Harsha is the opposite of that. Means you are ecstatic about something. Even here also what? Harshaha tad viparitaha abhishta labhajanita. Means whatever you desired, you got it. Okay, then you become ecstatic, or you got even more than what you wanted. Therefore, what? He says, Bashpa Romanchanadi Linga means Bashpa means you cry, Ananda Kannir.
Ecstasy, huh?
And Romanchana means your whatever hair rising. All that is Harsha, but that also is called a defect, correct? Then Roshaha means what? Anishta Vishayaha, Manasaha, Vikriya Visheshaha. Means if something, whatever you feel when you look at something which is undesirable, correct? Then your mind has Rosha, it seems. And Lobha means what? Paradravya Ipsa. Means your desire towards somebody else. Whatever legitimately belongs to somebody else, but you want it. That is Lobha, it is said. Okay? And in fact, he even says Swadravya Aniviyogaha Tirthe, things like you go to a tirtha and you are supposed to give your dravya, correct? Into dana and all that. You don't do that. Instead you are trying to take somebody else's and then give it here. That is also lobha, he says. Paradavya ipsa. Then mohaha is what? Karya avivekita. You don't know what is to be done, what is not to be done. Not only you don't know, even if somebody else say also, you are not ready to listen. That is even worse, I think. But that's what, there are people like that, correct? They don't know by themselves. They will not listen to sane advice also. That is there. Then Dambha, Atmanaha, Dharmikatva, Prakashanam, he says. Means, as though showing you are a very big Dharmika, correct? It is only a show. That means really you are not a Dharmika, but you are trying to show as though you are a show-off. That is Dambha, boasting. Boasting can still be about some legitimate achievement, correct? This is show-off, really. He says Prakashanam. Then Droha means what? Paranishta Chikirsha. Para Anishta Chikirsha means you desire that somebody should get what they do not want, really. Para Anishta Chikirsha means, or you want to do something so that they get.
They do not get it.
They get whatever they don't want. Para Anishta Chikirsha means you have a desire to do something to somebody else which is anishtam to them or which is undesirable to them. That is Droha. Vrishodhyam means what? Anrita Vachanam. Udyam. Vrishodhyam means you are saying something which is a lie, which is false. Saying something false is Anrita Vachanam Vrishodhyam. Then Atyasha Parivadau means what? Atyashaha Atimatram Ashanam means what? Atyasha means overeating. Overeating is a dosha. It is said here clearly. So Yukta Haraviharascha Yukta Teshtasya Karmasu Yukta Swapnava Bodhasya Yogo Bhavati Dukkaha. Like that is said in the 6th chapter Gita also. Even eating, everything should be proper. Yukta Ahara, Yukta Vihara, Yukta Cheshta, and Yukta Swapna Avabodha also. Even sleeping and being awake, everything should be moderate. Moderately eat, moderately be active. Whatever is proper, that alone should be there. Everything over is a problem. Adi is different from Ati. Don't confuse the two. Ati means excess. So, Atyashaha means here, Ati Matram, Mashanam means you eat a lot. Parivadaha means what? Asamaksham. Paradosha Abhidanam means, Parivadaha means you talk behind somebody's back and not in a good manner, okay? You don't say anything in front of that fellow, but once he is gone, what? Then you start. So that is called Parivadaha. Backstabbing or whatever. Not backstabbing, really you. What is it? That is what? Same thing. But when the person is not there. And then Asuya is what? Paraguna, Guneshu Akshama means what? You are not able to tolerate somebody's qualities. Somebody has good qualities, but you are not able to even tolerate that. Looking at that fellow only, you feel something. You don't feel good because the other fellow is better than you or whatever. Asuya, jealousy basically. Kama Manyu means Kama and Manyu, the dual is Manyu, it becomes. Kamaha means general desires. Okay? Desire about sense objects, whatever. Then Manyuhu means what? Tad Vighata Kritsu Dveshaha means if you are not able to fulfill your Kama, then it becomes anger. And also hatred, Dveshaha, that is all Manyu. So all these things are Anatmyam, means what? See, generally we say Atmavan means what? One who has the mastery over oneself is the Atmavan. But if you have all these defects, means you are not really, or your mind is not in your mastery, correct? It is just going here and there, means you are an emotional wreck. Anybody can come and trigger you very easily, correct? That means you are at the mercy of others. You are not a master of yourself. But with all these defects, what will happen? If anybody does something, you are triggered. Or even just seeing somebody only, you are triggered. They did not do anything. Somebody being themselves only, you are not able to tolerate. All these problems will be there. That's why it's called Anatmyam. You don't have your Atma with yourself or under your mastery. So Yesha Krodadihi Ayoga, these are all called Ayoga because they are not yoga. They do not give you any samadhana, correct? They actually make you very distracted and all that. So Asamadhana Lakshanaha hi Yeshaha Chetasaha Vikshepa Prakaraha. So these are all basically Vikshepa means distractions only. And therefore what? But you can destroy them using yoga. So now yoga he is going to say. Ke punahate yogaha. So what are all these yoga? Means all the qualities which you have to destroy all these defects or doshas. Now he is listing all that. Akrodhaha, Aharshaha, Aroshaha, Alobhaha, Amohaha, Adambhaha, Adrohaha, Satyavachanam, Anatyashaha, Apaishunam, Anasuya, Samvibhagastyaga, Arjavam, Mardavam, Shamaha, Namaha, Sarvabhutaihi Avirodha, Yoga, Aryam, Andrishamsam, Tushtihi Iti, Sarvashramanam, Samayapadani, Tani Anutishtan, Vidhina Sarvagami Bhavati. So now Akrodha, Arshaha, Ityevamatiyaha, Ayoga, Viparitaha means Ayo. You add A in the front means it is opposite of whatever is there. So Bhashyakara is not even explaining wherever it is all just one A is added in front, correct? Means it is opposite of whatever is said, so that you understand. Ataha te samadhi lakshanatvat yogaha. So therefore these are all whatever is listed here, they help you in gaining a certain calm mind and peace and all that, correct? A certain disposition of your mind. Therefore these are all called yogaha. When you are in union with these qualities, you attain Samadhi. Then he is explaining certain specific words along. Okay, the rest of the things you can see, they are all direct opposite of whatever was said before. Okay, now Samvibhaga, from there he is explaining. Samvibhaga means what? Atmanaha Yatra Sadhanasya Arthibhyaha Samvibhajanam means basically your own wealth. Because previously he said, even when you go to a tirtha, for lobha he said, correct, you want to take somebody else's thing and distribute. But Samvibhaga means your own, whatever you have for yourself, for leading your life, that you take your dhanam and you distribute for whoever is whatever deserving people. That is called Samvibhajanam. That Samvibhajanam is called what? Samvibhagaha basically. Then Tyagaha. What is Tyagaha? Tyaga is separately said here because already Samvibhaganam also is some kind of Tyagam only. Right? Your thing you are giving to somebody else, but that is more like dhanam. So tyaga is what? Drishta, adrishte, adrishta, bhoganam, shaktitaha, parityajanam means, or sadhananam. So whatever helps you to give up, or at least you have to reduce your whatever consumption, correct? Whether it is some known enjoyment or even whatever is unknown. Drishta, adrishta, bhoganam, anything, all the whatever indulgence in sense pleasures and all that, you give up. Means whatever, or you can just say even you reduce your needs, correct? The more everything becomes a luxury for you, the better it is, correct? The modern problem is what? Whatever was originally a luxury also has become a necessity. If you have more and more necessities, then your life is going to be a problem always, correct? Whatever is there, okay, it is a luxury means, then your life is always simple, easy. So like that, he says you give up make all your necessities into luxuries. Then arjavam means what? Straightforwardness. Rijuta means what? Adushta kalana purvikaha vang manah kayana means what? Basically, whatever you think alone, you say, and whatever you say alone, you do. There is a alignment with all these things. There is no crookedness, he says. Adushta kalana purvika means there is, otherwise dushta kalana purvika means it is all crooked. Means whatever you think you don't say, whatever you say you don't do. But it is not like that. It is also, for such a person again life is simple, correct? You don't have to remember too many things. Otherwise it's a problem. Then mardavam means mridutvam means you are soft. You are not harsh with anybody. Even if you get angry, again, still you express it properly. But shamaha, then shamaha means antakarana upashamaha, like I said, mind itself is already resolved. If you don't even get angry, then you have shama. But damaha means what? Bahya karana upashamaha. Even though you get angry, you don't express it inappropriately. Means you either don't express at all or you express it when the person is not there or in a way nobody gets hurt. That is Dhamma. And then what? So whatever is there here, Yoga Lakshanam, then he says again, Sanksheepataha Uchyante means he is now giving the characteristics of yoga in a very summarized format. What is that? Sarva Bhutaihi Avirodaha Yogaha. So what is yoga finally means? It is not opposing anything. In fact, Avirodha Yoga comes in the Mandukya Karika also. Gaudapada Acharya talks about this. Parasparam virudhyante tair ayamna virudhyate. Like that he says. Means this Advaita, he is talking about the Advaita Siddhanta itself. Means the Dvaitins are fighting amongst themselves, they cannot come to any conclusion. What is the reality? One Dvaitin fights with the other one, or they are all contradicting each other. He says Advaita doesn't contradict anything. In fact, even all the Dvaitins' Atma also is the same Advaita Atma. It is the one which is the Atma Swarupa is not having any virodha to anything. Even both ignorance or knowledge are lightened up by the same Atma. Correct? It is not opposed to ignorance also. It's not opposed to anything. So that way also here. But anyway here, more practically, you do not have any virodha with anybody. You don't have a problem with anybody. You are able to accept and accommodate the entire world. That is the why he says virodhehi bhutanam pida. Only if you have any virodha with somebody, then from there everything starts. You start opposing somebody, you don't like somebody, means then the other person also will react to you. You do something, then it's a vicious cycle. So it becomes unending. So Sarva, with reference to all the beings, you don't even compete with them, really speaking. You become a non-competitor. In fact, the sannyasa Lakshana also is one of the things is that in fact you give abhayam to others. One step further, it's not that you don't have virodha, but you also say that nobody has to fear me because I am not going to compete with anybody. That is the vision. And that is what is called Aryam. Means Aryanam bhavaha kshudrata. Kshudrata means meanness or smallness. Generally, people who are egoistic are all really small, correct? Although they want to show that they are big and all that, they are mean and small and they want to manipulate others. In fact, Shudram, Hridaya, Daurbalyam and all, Bhagavan also uses that word in the Gita. This weakness, it is really weakness, meanness, all these things. Aryam means what? Noble, means you have Udara, Chitta. You are accommodative of everything, everybody. Andrishamsam means what? Akrauryam means you are not cruel to anybody or anything. Akrauryam. Tushtihi then. So Tushtihi means he gives another meaning. Normally Tushti is what? Whatever you want, you get, you are happy. Correct? But here he doesn't give that meaning. He says, even if you don't get whatever you want, you are still happy. He says, Labdavyasya alabhe api chetasaha prasannataya avasthanam means what? You are always cheerful. That is Tushti. That's why Labha, Labhe, Jaya, Jayo and all that Bhagavan also says, correct? Samatvam Yoga Uchyate. Same thing here. Tushti means what? Whether you get or not, you are cheerful. Always. That is Tushti. Now, there is a iti pada is there, correct? In the sutra if you go, Tushtihi iti is there. So now Bhashyakara gives some special meaning why that iti is there. Why it is there is because he says the Sarva Bhuta Avirodha Lakshana Ahimsa. So Sarva Bhuta Avirodha means that is really the Ahimsa Lakshanam. It is really non-violence or Ahimsa, correct? But that completely it is only possible for a sannyasi, he says. Parivrājakasya eva sambhavati iti. So that Sarva Bhuta Avirodha Yogaha was said, that is only for sannyasis. Because sannyasi has given up all roles and sannyasi during sannyasa grahanam, as I told you, you also give abhayam not only in this earth, even to devas and all that. Okay, the abhaya grahanam you have to give for everybody. Therefore, that is possible only for them. It is not possible for the other ashramis. So, other than that, the other things and all, everything else is samanya for all the ashramis. These are all samanya dharma also. Understand this. Because varnashrama dharma means it is vishesha dharma, specific to certain people. Now, ahimsa cannot be given as a samanya dharma to a soldier, correct? Absolutely. Absolute ahimsa is only for sannyasi. Even for brahmanas it cannot be there because while doing yajna also some himsa is there. Even pashubali and all is there in yajna. So in fact that is why even in Chandogya Upanishad ahimsa is talked about. One more thing is added. Anyatra tirthebhyaha it is said. Means wherever the Shastra has permitted something, there you should not do any vichara whether this is himsa or ahimsa and all that. So other than that, everywhere else you should have ahimsa. Correct? Where Shastra has permitted something, that has to be done. There you cannot do any vichara whether it is himsa. You cannot say, no, why are you putting all these twigs into the fire in the yajna? What about all the insects and microbes and all that means? That will not work. You should not do such vichara. Anyatra tirthebhyaha it is said. The ahimsa also is only in other context alone it is there. Anyway, so here because of that, but everything else, okay, other than that is the sutra itself says. What it says? So the sutra says sarvashramanam, okay, samaya padani means it is all common to everybody. It is all samanya dharma, and therefore what? Tani anutishtan vidhina. So all these things you follow as was given here, vidhivat, as per whatever mandated. Then sarvagami bhavati means what? You become, you attain, you become everyone, you become everything. That is the sarvatma bhava again. Sarvagamana shilaha. In this manner you become sarvagami bhavati means here you are a mukshu, you are a mukta purusha. Okay, with this we have completed this Adhyatma Patala of Apastamba Dharmasutra with the help of Shankara's Vivaranam it is called. In fact, it is not really called a Bhashya, it is called a Vivarana. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om.